Hey everyone, how's it going? I am Zeracon, I am back once again. Remember how I made a video about people defending the idea that video games could be getting more expensive? Well, those people got their wish. So, Demon Souls, Godfall, and the PS5 and Xbox Series versions of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War are going to cost $70. However, this is apparently the tip of the iceberg we could have hit. Bloomberg just put out an article discussing about how Sony was talking about charging more than $70 for PS5 games. So the games I mentioned before, they could have cost $80. Now the article did say that the prices would vary by title, but that's still an outrageous price. Most people who saw this tweet, had the same reaction that you or I would have had, but there were a few folks who defended Sony's honor and shilled for them. So let's take a look at a few of these replies and see how far some people want to go to defend a company. I'm guessing this one is a reply to a retweet because I didn't see a previous reply. This guy said, "Needless speculation, but here's the thing. Companies consider all types of pricing. I'm sure they did the same for the PS5 console. But gamers want ray tracing, 4K, 120 frames per second, no crunch, and so on. But want game prices to stay the same. You can't ask for more and expect low prices." Here's the thing though. We can, at least on the technical side. 120 frames per second was a thing before it came to consoles. 4K was a thing before it came to consoles. Ray tracing was a thing before it came to consoles. PCs have been able to do these for years, minus the ray tracing. That's a new feature in gaming. The point, though, is that PC gamers can get all of this without having to pay an increased price. In my Battle for Free Next Gen Upgrades video, I talked about how PC gamers wouldn't have to pay more for enhancements that console players do, and how console gamers should demand for the free upgrades. On PC, when someone upgrades their parts, this allows them to get better performance in a game, provided they haven't hit that ceiling already. For example, I mentioned how I could only play Arkham Asylum on my old general purpose laptop on low settings at 720p at 30 frames per second at best. When I upgraded to my gaming PC, I was able to play it maxed out at 60 frames per second. I didn't need to buy a new game, the hardware was the only cost. This principle applies to any game I bought before or will buy. If I can't get the performance I want now, when I upgrade, all my games will reflect that boost in performance. As far as crunch goes, that's something that we won't be able to have a say in unless we vote with our wallets. The publishers are the only ones to blame in that regard, though. I mean, look at CD Projekt Red. They delayed Cyberpunk 2077 numerous times. The game is $60. But I've spent too much time on this tweet. Let's move on. I'm a firm believer in tech price upscaling. 50 for the Miles Morales game is an absolute steal for the technology it comes with. We have to get used to rising prices. My previous response fits here, but I want to talk more about this. Most of the technology it comes with is only due to the hardware. Miles Morales is coming to the PS4 too, so any enhancements is due to the PS5's hardware. But since you're an avid believer in tech price upscaling, I'm sure you believe that the PS5's $500 price point is far too low. In fact, considering that the PS3 was $600, the PS5 should at least be $1,000, and that's lowballing it. But Sony doesn't share in your thought in that matter, and neither does Nvidia. They released the 3000 series, which is which hardly anyone can get, and the flagship card, the 3080, costs just about half of the 2080 Ti, a weaker card. It would still be nice to find one though, just saying Nvidia. The next guy says, "Well, that's because they are worth it. The quality of a Sony first-party game is super high. Do people also forget that SNES games used to cost $80 to $130? Games at $70 is an absolute steal." Geez, this guy is the epitome of what I talked about in my $70 shill video. You know what? I'm going to link that in the description. Go check that out. I already talked about this. I will say this though. More people are buying games now than they were then. The gaming industry is the largest entertainment industry in America. It's not like how it was in the 90s. As far as Sony first party games go, that's subjective. Days Gone had some bug issues, and The Order 1886 was praised for its graphics, but it was also said to be lacking in other departments. The Last of Us Part 2 is a controversial game regarding its story and character role segments. If you said the quality is usually super high, or that the graphics are super high for the system, then I wouldn't have a problem with what you said. I can't admit that Sony has titles that make me turn my head. I would love to play Bloodborne, and Horizon Zero Dawn is another game that I'm looking forward to playing now that the performance has improved on PC. However, to say that all of their titles are of super high quality is questionable. Mario Sniper, go subscribe to him, said, anything higher than $60 is already asking me to wait for a sale. He got a response that said, Cheapskate. Mario responded, Bootlicker. It's called being realistic, but go off. Nah, it's called being smart with your money and not rolling over and buying an overpriced base game that just because Sony told me to. $70 to $100 price tag is reserved for games with DLC passes or a collector's edition. This isn't just a Sony thing. Okay, where to start? What's so bad about wanting to save money? If you can buy a product on sale, I believe that most people would want to do that. I have never heard someone see something they want on sale and say, darn it, the thing I wanted is on sale. I wanted to pay full price for it. You wanted to talk about being realistic? The reality is that people would rather pay a cheaper price than full retail. But I forgot, you Shills don't live in reality. You live in fantasy land where your favorite corporations can do no wrong and everyone else is a hater. And what's that point you made about it not being a Sony thing? Yeah, Activision is charging more money for the PS5 and series versions of Cold War, and Gearbox is charging more for the PS5 version of Godfall, but you make it sound like Sony is exempt from criticism because these guys do it. But let's move on. Here is a quote tweet. Sean Layden said it months ago and people got mad at him. AAA game development is getting too expensive, so the answer to that is A, make games with lower budgets, or B, make games with smaller scale. People don't want any of it, and neither want to pay more. What to do? Well, for starters, they could keep the size of the worlds they have, but actually provide more content, or content that doesn't feel cheap. Seriously, when I play a side mission in Yakuza 0, it feels good. I'm not doing dumb collectathon things, or at least I haven't so far, and the content feels worth the effort that I'm putting out. When I'm collecting GPS caches in Tomb Raider, collecting notes in Assassin's Creed, or grabbing the Riddler trophies in an Arkham game, I feel no satisfaction in it. It feels like a chore. So stop boasting about bigger worlds and improve what you have. Heck, you'll probably cut down on your bugs and required patches because you'll have less that you're working on as far as with the overall product. You don't need to have Hollywood actors in your cast either. You can save money by not having expensive actors. And indie devs are showing that they can do more with less. Look at Mortal Shell. It's not a AAA game, but it's visually impressive for what it is, and from what I've heard, the gameplay is satisfactory. Marketing is another source that you're probably going to spend more money with if you stop spending so much in that area as well. And if you believe that devs are actually going to get the money from increased prices, well, I have a house on Neptune that I'd love to sell you. One last tweet though, because this video is getting way too long for what it is. High quality games come at a cost. Sony wins. You know what, guys? I'm done. I'm done. I cannot deal with this much fanboyism. If these guys want to pay so much, they can go ahead. I'm going to buy games on sale unless they're under $20 or have Metroid in the title. These are the kind of people who think that these increased prices will get rid of microtransactions when we all know that isn't going to happen. But you know, that's up to them. I'm going to just be my own business. Like I said, I waited until I could get most of my games on PC for free. The only one I actually paid full price for was Stardew Valley at $20, and that was worth it to me. But like anything else though, I'm waiting for it, like I said. And if they try to pull that thing on PC as far as $70, again, I will either wait for it to drop in price, I will not play it at all, or but I'm just joking about that part. Or am I? Who knows? But let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, I have a new giveaway. Check the description. Be sure to follow me on Twitter for more video updates or subscribe to my channel. So until next time, everyone, I am iamxeracon signing off. Have a good one. Sony always wins.